Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at GlitchStep, the brand new app from Matheu, who also developed GlitchCore and other apps. Okay, so it's a Midi sequencer. I'm going to connect it to Pianoteq here. So click on this, Midi outputs to Pianoteq. And straight away you will hear, if your transport is running, you will hear that GlitchStep is now playing Pianoteq. And it's playing these C4s all at the same velocity, all at the same speed, etc. Right, okay, so, and 16 steps worth of it. So turn that down a little bit. Now, I'm starting with Pianoteq, but in a moment I'm going to change to a different project where I have multiple GlitchSteps. But for this first one, something super simple, just so you understand more or less how it works. It's pretty straightforward. You have your main sequencer section, then you have the glitching section, and then you have this kind of very cool sequencer section that will pick various steps to play instead of these ones. Okay, then you can also have different patterns. At the moment they're all going to be the same. You have a pattern player, and you also have a pattern player for this. Now I think there may be a slight bug here on this one. There is for me anyway. I don't think this pattern player on the sequencer is functioning as it should, and I will show you that as well. But I'm pretty sure Alex will get this sorted out if it is a bug, which I think it is. Anyway, so we have a sequencer. Let's press play. You can choose to gate any of these notes. So, for example, like any sequencer gate. Okay. Let's put them all back to more or less where they are. And if you go the other way, of course, at 100%, you're kind of tying them together. And then if you hold any of these and swipe, so you'll get the same kind of then you have velocity, and then probability in percentages. Okay, cool beans. You have one level of undo. And because I was messing around with it earlier, you will see there is a note changed. We can change the scale that these notes will adhere to. At the moment it's on chromatic, so but if we change our scale to something like harmonic minor, it will adhere to the harmonic minor scale. This is all kind of straightforward stuff, right? If we choose to go to note, let's stay on note, you have randomization options here. So this one is walk, this one is note. If nothing is selected and I randomize, nothing will happen. Shuffle, nothing will happen. And backwards and forwards, nothing will happen. If I choose notes and randomize, they'll randomize, but they will stick to the harmonic minor scale. If I shuffle, okay, or backwards, or forwards, randomize. Let's go on to something a bit more pleasant, maybe pentatonic major. Okay, you can switch steps on and off. So let's say this is our first pattern and we're happy with it. Let's go to pattern number 2, but let's copy this. So press this button here, copy pattern 1, go to here, to pattern 2, paste pattern 2. Let's randomize it. So it's slightly different. Let's copy pattern 2, go to 3 and paste and randomize and change the rate. We have lots of different rates, so 1/8. So pattern 3 is a rate of 8. Right, now, if I change the rate here, right, put it back to 16, this is the global rate and it will apply to all of these patterns, right? This is important. If I go to pattern 2 and go here where it says GR, which is global rate, it means that this pattern is following the global rate, but maybe I want pattern 3 to follow its own rate. So click on here, choose 1/8, and I'll switch these steps back on. And I'll randomize the notes again. And I'll also switch this on, which is a little time button, which we know is velocity, and randomize the velocities. This is your random randomization range. So I'm going to take the range up so it will have less of a dramatic impact on the velocity range. Okay, if I go back to 1 now, it's going to be a rate 16. This is rate 16, and this will be rate 1/8. Right. Okay, let's go to pattern 1. This down here represents, let me just quickly show you. So if I switch this on, right, what's happened if I set all these to say number 1, and we know number 1 is this C4. It's going to play all of this note. You can see it's highlighted in red. I'm going to switch these back on. I'm going to randomize this. I'm going to copy this. This is our slicer. I'm going to paste and randomize. So we've got a slightly different slice pattern going on, and each of the numbers, it will play like 15 will play first, and then you get the idea, right? Copy this, and I'm going to paste. Randomize, and I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to copy this, go to number 4, and paste. Right. Let me show you how the pattern works, or how it's supposed to work. So this is our slicer grid, okay? Now, like I said, I'm pretty sure Alex will get this fixed. I mean, he will, because he's a brilliant developer. And I don't know if it may be me. I don't know. But look, I'm going to go back to number 1 here. And I'm going to go to number 2. And I'm going to hit plus. And you'll see I've got 1, 2 now. I'm going to go to number 3. I'm going to hit plus. I'm going to go to number 4. I'm going to hit plus. Then I'm going to go to number 5, which is this one, and hit plus. So now I have this, and they're all different patterns. So I'm going to switch play on and watch what happens. I'm going to play the sequence and it'll change. And then it'll go back to 1. Now you can have stacks of these. You don't, I could say, well, for example, I could say number 3, I'm going to add that. I'm going to add number 5, go to number 3 and add plus, and it's going to add plus. I'm going to put another number 3 there. I'm going to go to 4, put a couple of 4s in. I'm going to go to 6, put some more 6s in, put a couple of 1s in. And you'll see that now we can move up and down all these patterns that we've put. So we're not limited to, just the what you can see. And like I said, the same thing will apply. It'll just play through these patterns. Okay. Now you're supposed to be able to do the same thing with this, but while we're still on here, let me just show you another couple of things. This one is one level of undo for this. So it'll take us back to where we are and you'll see the undo will disappear. This one is reset. So I'm going to reset number 3 and it's the same for this. I can reset this sequence. Press it once and you'll get this little question mark. Press it again and it will initialize. It will reset. Go back to an initialized pattern. So like I said, with this one, it'll get a little question mark before it initializes it for you. So for example, number 5, let's randomize this. Oh, you don't like the randomization. You can randomize it again. You can move it backwards and forwards. You can move it up and down. The same as here. You've got all this same options for the sequencer as well. Okay, but now say, well, all right, I want to reset this, but you don't want to reset it, and you accidentally tap this. It's going to give you a question mark, and then you have to tap it again, and it'll reset the pattern for you. Now, watch what happens. I'm going to switch this off, right? It's switched off. You won't hear it do anything. Just stop the play. But the slicer is switched off, so it won't make any difference. Right, now, here's the thing. So same thing, right? I'm going to go to pattern number 2, and I'm going to go add. And I go with pattern number 3, and I'm going to go add. I'm going to go pattern number 4, which is this C4. I'm just going to randomize a pattern and add this in. Now, I won't go any further, but you would think this should play through once, then swap to pattern 2, play through once, swap to pattern 3, right? Or if I added, say, another 4. But watch what happens. I'm going to switch this on. So watch what happens now. I don't know why it's doing that. See, it's on global, this one. So if I set number 3 to, say 116, and I set number 4 to, that's on global, number 5 is global, number 3, number X global. So I think that's a bug. I don't know. I'm going to switch it off. Okay, so it's not tracking through the patterns, but still. Right. So that's your basically how your sequencer works. You can also set the start and end point. So if I go to say, I'm going to go to another pattern, maybe pattern number 6, which is just this. And quickly randomize it. You'll see if I set my start point, end point, sorry, to 4, it will end there. You'll see this little mark here. It says end. So if I play, okay, if I put my start point to 2, so it's only going to go between 2 and 4. And it has a cool thing. If I set my start point past my end point, you'll get different, see, it'll start, go to end and start from the start again. It's very cool. That's another way to get some really nice effects going. Okay, and that's global setting. So start 1 and end on 16. We can go forwards and backwards in direction. So now it's going backwards. Again, this is global. Forwards, we can add swing. Okay, so you can have different randomization. If all of these are switched on, you're going to be randomizing the probability, the velocity. You're also going to be randomizing the gate, the note, and the shuffle. Let's switch these back on. And then randomize won't do anything, just randomize the notes. Let's look at velocity. So some of these are going to be really low because we had a a wider randomization range. So let me set this to really low for our velocity, and I'm going to randomize velocity. Let's look at the probability, switch that off a sec, and this, and randomize the velocity, the probability higher, sorry. Better. Awesome stuff. Now the glitch, if the glitch isn't switched on, what it's going to do is glitch this note at 1/16 wherever it is. Let me go to a fresh pattern. Speed and amount. But we've only got one note playing, right? So let's randomize the notes. So it's not going to it's only going to pick one note. We can change the key. It will still adhere to the pentatonic minor scale. We can change the colours, which is very cool. And some of these are really lovely. And this comes in handy. I'll show you why in a minute. Okay. Right, very cool. That's basically how it works. It's not super complicated. You can set your gates all independently here. Or you can randomize them here by switching various things on and off, like you can randomize the shuffle, for example, and that will turn some stuff on and off as well. You can go backwards and forwards, like that. It's great. You can add your swing, your random stuff. Look, the only thing that's not working for me is the pattern shift here, the pattern chaining here. And I don't know why that is. It's just very strange why that's doing that. Whereas on this one, it just works. Like if I switch this on now and switch this off, of course, I'm going to turn that one off so it's not doing it. Make sure you turn it on. And it's a good way to get more variation in your patterns. Play around with the glitch. If you turn it on, to be honest, this is my least favourite part of GlitchStep. I like this and this. So probability is switched on for randomizing. And don't forget, this is your randomization range. So, right. Okay. Right, let's go over to another session that I set up earlier. In this session, I have 3 GlitchSteps. I have another Pianoteq, this time it's playing a Rhodes. Then we have Zeeon, and then I have SynthMaster 2 playing bass. So I've got this one, and you can see the color coding, right? So this one is going to be for this purple one is going to be for Zeeon, and this is for this. You might have absolutely loads of these. So color coding is handy, and you will see if I open this, I've got this color scheme for this one. Let's open this one. I've got this kind of purplish color scheme for this one, relating to Zeeon. and I've got this blue one for this. So whichever GlitchStep I'm on, I can tell because of the colors and the way I've color coded this, which one is referring to which. If you don't know, by the way, to color code the nodes in, well, let's color code one of these. Let's color code my limiter. Just open it up, and at the header here, you long hold and say customize color. And what kind of color? We'll just go with this kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a bluey grey type thing, isn't it? Then you can brighten it up or make it darker here. Let's just do that and hit save, and you'll see it colors it in around there. This is handy for keeping track of what you've got going on. You know, it makes sense, right? You can color code stuff and rename stuff, and you know. Anyway, so this one sounds like this. This is the bass. Set it 1/4, and I've got them all set up pentatonic major. Octave range is 1, minimum octave is 2, MIDI channel 1, flow ember is the color. This one is Zeeon. And then this first one here is playing Pianoteq. Very nice. So I'm just going to have a play around with this stuff. Okay, I'm going to show you something else as well quickly. So let me go to switch that off. I'm going to go to another pattern. So we're in the key of C for all of them. It's entirely up to. I'm going to switch some of these off. Watch. I'll switch a load of them off actually. Now, if I sometimes the glitch will hit a step that's not active. And you won't hear any difference. If you switch this on, this is, I think, I can't remember what it's called, but if you switch this little flash on here, whatever you do, wherever your glitch lands, this will, I think it's called aggressive glitching, I thought, something like that. But whatever you press, even if the note is switched off, it will override it. Okay, and this button here just expands your, let's switch the aggressive thing on. And then you just get like, oh, access to the user guide. There you go. So, okay, so that's basically that. You know how that works. Like I said, I think I'm more interested in this kind of thing. So let's copy this, paste it. I'm going to switch these steps back on. So we can go up to I like this, just slide. Randomize just the notes. Well, let's randomize the footsteps as well. Oh, that's cool, I like that. Let's turn that one on. And this one. Nice. Awesome stuff. Let's randomize the velocity as well. Let's turn the notes and that off. Just randomize the velocity, but we'll make sure the velocity randomization range isn't like high. That's nice. I'm using the Rhodes here. Let's look at EQ. Nice. Effects maybe. I've just done that, so. Let's look at Zeeon's one. Now this is cool. Kind of get different, tons more variation going on with the slicer. Awesome stuff. It's just really, really cool. And of course, because we're messing with Midi, we can just go and change the sounds up as well. Let's add another one anyway, just for fun. Let's leave it on that for a minute. In fact, let me see. devices are Pianoteq, not church bells, come on. Let's see. Okay. We could go and say change the sound up here. These sounds from Zeeon are from my pack. If anyone's interested, you can get it. There's a link in the description. So, the bass is SynthMaster. And that's just running, the SynthMaster one is just literally running at a quarter. But I could, you know, change it up a little bit, I guess. Nice bass. I'm going to set number 3 to be 116. Velocity's all at 127. It's always nice randomizing velocity with synths and instruments that actually recognize velocity, of course. Let's add another one. And let's add another instrument. I'm gonna go and add in a Zeeon again. You could also add FAC drum kit. And because that works chromatically as well, you could add some kicks in and things if you wanted to, or you could just put drum machine in, you know, play some rhythms. Let's add this Zeeon anyway. I'm going to turn it down a little bit, connect it up, so open a little toaster, Midi output to Zeeon, and going to be playing this default init sine wave. I think that's the one I'm actually using. Oh no, it was the one I was using. Let's see what we can do this with the sound. So where's my right, cool, that sounds okay. So I know for a fact that at the moment GlitchStep is playing that Zeeon patch with a C because our root note is C and it's chromatic. So what did I say it was? Major, I think it was major pentatonic. So now I can I randomize the stuff as well. And oh, so nice. It really is. Change direction. Let's do something with this. Let's randomize it. In fact, look, cool things you can do with the slicer is just choose a particular step. In our case, this number 4, which is a G, and oh, it's just lush. Let's look at the synth. And let me just make it a little bit bigger. I can't. Right, okay. Go into my effects, feedback. Nice. Randomize the notes, not the velocity. So don't forget, if you don't have it switched on, you can just jump in and randomize stuff. Okay. And of course, look, we can go in and change the key up for all of these. So let's say this is going to start sounding dodgy. Well, maybe it won't if I go with something like a D. Oh, it will. Let's change them all to D. Change the sound again, I guess. Guys, if you've watched this via premiere, thank you very, very, very much for watching. It's much appreciated. Please strike that like if you haven't already struck it. You have been listening to Alex Matheu's new GlitchStep app. I will put a link in the description below. I haven't found any other buggy behavior apart from my note thing on the sequencer, my pattern player thing, but it works fine on the slicer. So I think it is a bug, but you know, anyway, I'm sure it'll be sorted out probably in the next update. Anyway, brilliant, top job, cool beans. Thanks so much for watching. I'll just jam around with this for another 5 minutes and I will see you guys later. Ta-ra!